Welcome to the Real Estate Corner. I'm your host, Shad Bogany. You're listening to KWWJ 1360 AM, and you can catch us on 96.9 FM. We're here in the studio tonight. Guys, I've missed you. I've been gone for a couple of weeks. I've been out of town, but I'm out there doing the Lord's work in real estate. I just have to tell you, and trying to make things happen, whether it's affordable, whether it has to deal with the MLS. We're here to talk with you this evening. We've got a great show on hand. With us tonight, we've got Tamisha Wells and Kamisha Hall. They are the real estate chicks with the Real on Real Estate and 95.3 Jamz. They're in TuneIn Radio. I had an opportunity to do their show with them, and they have a great show. And I said, guys, y'all got to bring your act with you to the Real Estate Corner. They do a really great job. They know what they're talking about. They know the industry. They practice in it every day. So we're going to be talking with the real estate chicks, the real chicks in real estate. In just a few minutes, and we're going to have them come in the studio and talk. The numbers here again are 281-837-2222. So I've missed you. There have been a lot of things happening in real estate. Interest rates have gone down a little bit, anywhere between 3.5% to 4%. We're seeing those 4% quoted quite a bit. So I would say rates 3.5% to 4%, depending on whether or not you want to pay any discount points. I wanted to reach out to you and bring this back up, the book, The Color of Law. And it's so important that if you have not read this book, you will not understand why real estate is the way it is today. And so it's a great book to read. I've done a couple of shows about The Color of Law by Richard Rothstein. You can find it on Amazon, but it's a great, great book, and I wanted to bring that up because institutional buyers are here in the Houston area buying homes every day. They're buying them. Some of them are holding them. Majority of the big hedge funds are holding these homes, and they're renting them back out for prime dollars. Keep in mind that the average home price for rentals around $1,700, $1,800 a month. If you find some at $1,200, $1,300, it's probably not in that good a neighborhood, or the house is not in that good a condition. So institutional home buyers is what's driving the market. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the affordable housing. What's happening with affordable housing? This week on Thursday evening, I will be talking at Covenant Glen Church, 503 Murphy Road, and they're going to be a town hall meeting on affordable housing, workforce housing. You heard me talk about this here on the show where they're wanting to remove that eyesore in Briargate and Fort Bend and put a beautiful apartment complex for workforce housing there. But the neighbors and the homeowners, HOAs are all in an uproar. And so I'm going to give them an opportunity to sit and talk with some of them on Thursday, give my thoughts on them, listen to what they have to say, and see if we can come to a compromise on why this is so important to the community. The other thing I wanted to talk about, we've heard a little bit about whether or not it's going to be a recession. And everybody's been asking me this question. I've heard it several times. I just reached out and I wanted to read the experts predict a strong housing market through the rest of 2019. Ralph McLaurin, Deputy Chief Economist for CoreLogic, we see the cool down flattening or even reversing course in the coming months. Expect the housing market to continue coming into a balance. In the meantime, buyers are likely to gain some ground as well as sellers over the past few years. If the mortgage rates stay low, wages continue to grow, inventory picks up, we can expect the U.S. housing market to further stabilize throughout the remaining part of the year. Lawrence Yuen, of Chief Economist at NAR, we expect the second half of the year will be notably better than the first half of the year in home sales, mainly because of the lower mortgage rates. Freddie Mac, the drop in mortgage rates continue to stimulate the real estate market and the economy. Home purchase demand is up 5% from a year ago and has noticeably strengthened since the early summer months. The benefit of lower mortgage rates are not only shoring up home sales, but also providing support to homeowner balance sheets via higher monthly cash flow and steady rising of home equity. These are what the experts say. Well, my feeling is that you're probably going to see more activity in the refinancing market than you will in home ownership because you still have the same issues. Wages are rising, but not rising that quickly.
Right.
And so how many of you out there can afford a $2,000 house note, $1,800, $1,900 if your tax rate is at 3.8, 3.6, 3.7? And then when you get ready to get into the lower tax rates, which would be in the city of Houston, you can't find anything that's in really good condition that you can buy or go get an FHA loan or a conventional product without rehabbing at a lower rate. So my feeling is that I predicted long ago that we would have a recession this year, but the economy proved me wrong. But I do believe that if you keep cutting interest rates, if the economy does tank, where do you go from here? Because normally when you have a recession, you cut interest rates to get people back into buying. But if you keep lowering and lowering, it just doesn't make any economic sense. I would call it voodoo economics a little bit. So that's just my thought. I'm just a realtor. I'm just here in the market looking at it. The last thing I'd like to talk with you about, if you're buying a house in Fort Bend County, I'd like for you to know that Fort Bend has down payment assistance up to $5,000 they will give you if you buy a house in Fort Bend County. The other thing about this, and what I really like about this program in Fort Bend County, it addresses higher income. And when I say higher income, if you're at 120% of median income, you will be able to use this down payment assistance. Now, the money is soft, what we call a soft second. So it's a loan. You eventually pay it back if you ever pay your house off. If you ever refinance your house, you'll pay the loan back. And some of you are saying, well, I want a grant. Well, if you don't have any money and you're short of money to be able to purchase a home, this $5,000 will go a long way to help you purchase this house. So I'm just going to let you know. And the other thing about the payback, it allows us to take the money back in and then help the next buyer who comes along. So there's a purpose behind it. I will tell you, many years ago, I was against that type of deal, but I understand the economics of it because we're getting less money, less home funds, less everything from the government. So as Fort Bend Housing Finance Board decided to do was help with down payment assistance. So ask your lender, have they signed up for it? You can use it with new home, you can use it with townhouses. All you have to do is be able to go out and get a loan on that end. And that leads me to my feature home of the week. I've got a house, for those who've been wanting to live in Third Ward under $200,000, I've got a home at 3206 Windburn. This home is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath with a converted garage that has central air and heat, all new windows on it, aluminum siding or vinyl siding all the way around. You can walk 3 blocks and you own the rail. This home has just had a price reduction on it. It is $169. Now, does it need a little updating? Yes, it does. But can you live near downtown for $169 on a 5,000 square foot lot? The lot is worth $100,000. So I'm just sharing with you, this home is available. If you want to view it, just call me at 713-667-1000, 3206 Windburn Street. The last information before we bring the real chicks of real estate in here, I wanted to make this announcement. Gary Green and Heritage Texas Property merged today. They have now become the largest real estate company here in the city of Houston. They now have 6% of the market. No one has anywhere close to that much share of the market. I think it's a great culture. I think it's a great fit. And I just want to welcome Heritage Texas to the Better Homes and Gardens Gary Green family. And it's just, my hat's off to them because the market is changing. As I was on you guys' show, I told you things were changing.
Things are changing.
And so this is a change. You know, you've got to be willing to change if you want to get better.
Absolutely.
So if you're looking for a house inside 33rd Ward near U of H, we've got it for $169. And so you give us a call. One of our Shad Bargaining team members will be more than happy to show it to you. And is it livable? Yeah, it's livable. It's got central air and heat. Got hardwood floors. It's got a nice bathroom. It's got a decent kitchen. It's got a converted garage. So you actually got more space than what I'm telling you. So basically, give us a call, 713-667-1000. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking with the Real on Real Estate show with the Real Chicks, and we've got a lot of questions for them. Guys, they do a great show, and they're going to tell you how you can listen to them also. And so we'll be right back with the Real Estate Corner. Thinking about buying or selling, real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Get survey, put a home on the market, review the net sheets, taxes, advice on financing, homestead exemptions, advice on insurance, what kind of mortgage, inspections, considering offers, negotiations, submitting an offer, how good are the schools, down payment assistance, title insurance, home warranties, closing costs, final walkthrough. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call, Shad Bogany. Welcome back. If you're sitting in traffic, you're listening to the Real Estate Corner on KWWJ 1360 and 96.9 FM, and then we might be in your living room Saturday morning on Iconic TV. Guys, I want to get right into this show and talk about a lot of things that are happening in real estate. Once again, thank you for being here. We've got Tamisha Wells and Kamisha Hall.
Right.
Did I do that right?
Yes, you did it right.
All right. I've been practicing mentally. So, guys, thank you for being here. And once again, I want to publicly say thank you for letting me be on your show. But let's get right into what's happening. I'd like to get your take on the state of housing in the black community and what your thoughts on it. I know you guys work diligently out there in the marketplace with the Women's Council, all the things that you guys are doing. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting us as well. But being a part of NARAB and seeing the numbers and the stats over the last 4 to 5 years have definitely been an eye-opener for me and my family and friends and my clients. Understanding that we're going backwards, 40% decline. Understanding that when grandparents pass away, that we're selling the properties instead of keeping that legacy in the family. It's definitely hurting us as far as wealth building within our own generation.
I agree with that statement. It is the lowest it has ever been since the Great Depression, and it is 40.6%. And last year it was 41.2%. So the decline is really hurting us. And I can tell by my clients personally that, and most of my clients are millennials, guys, they are. And they're just taking their time. They're really taking their time to purchase. And it's the lack of education is what's hurting us as a community.
Okay. Well, I'll give you my take on it. I think the millenniums, because you've been in a market that's been fairly reasonable interest rates anyway, since you've been able to purchase, you have to remember, and I can remember because I had hair at this time, that interest rates were 18%.
Right.
And I got an 11% on my second home I purchased, and I was turning cartwheels going out the door. I was so happy to get 11%. So when you're at a market time where rates are at 4%, and you guys who've listened to me a long time, you know I say this all the time, Abraham Lincoln paid more for his house and interest than what we're getting today. And so we've got to sit and try to make the change. And I always throw this out because it is in decline. And I don't understand, the rates are lower.
Right.
We're making more money than we've ever made. We got more jobs, people are more successful, we're more educated, and home ownership continues to go down for us where everybody else is going up. I really can't understand it, but I do have a solution. And you guys can help with this as we go through this. We need to make home ownership cool.
Yeah.
The rappers need to start talking about it.
Yes.
All the radio shows need to be a part. All the black media need to have a home section where they talk about it. if you pick up a Forward Times or a Defender, do you see any real estate in there, any homes in there? We need to make it cool where people think it's a good thing to own a home.
Absolutely.
And the other thing with millenniums, they remember when their parents couldn't pay their note. They remember when prices went down. They remember all those things. So we've got to change that mindset because everybody else has moved on. It's us who's still stuck in this point that in 1969 more of us owned homes and we had more issues obstructions then than today. So is it a good time to buy?
Yes.
Absolutely. I think with the millennials, it's just a commitment issue. They're so used to being able to get up and go when they want, free way of living, the amenities and staying in the high rise downtown. You don't get that in a common subdivision unless you're in one of those luxury subdivisions with high HOA. So I think that's another issue. And the millennials, unfortunately, are the ones that are not buying right now. More of the baby boomers are buying than the millennials, is what studies are showing.
Wow. Let me ask you, Tamisha, do you feel, because you said a lot of your clients are millennials, so are they just thinking rates are going to stay low? Or are they just thinking, you know, it's no tax benefit anymore, so why should I own?
Well, they're doing everything later in life. You know,
Okay.
having babies. Have you noticed? You know, getting married later.
I can't see going to PTA meetings at 50. I just
Well,
see
that's
it.
what
I mean, I get it, but that's what's
But they-
going on.
okay.
You know, it's
I
they're
actually-
doing everything later in life. They have a recession mindset,
Okay.
right? Because of what you said, they've seen what happened to their parents and grandparents, so they don't want that to happen. So they're very careful in their decision making, right? But at the same time, they do want to be homeowners. They definitely do want to be homeowners, and so they don't want to rent. Some of them don't want to rent. They say, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay with mom and dad, and so I have enough money that my down payment saved up to move into my own home.
All right.
So those are things that's happening.
Well, let me help the millennials out here. I asked Tamisha and Kamisha to talk about millennials, but the best loan program out there is with Prosperity Bank, one of our sponsors. 100% financing, no EMI, and you have a 600 credit score. Nobody has a loan like that. No MI, 600 credit score, not 620, 630, 675. They're at 600.
Okay.
You can't even get a regular 620. Now, if you got somebody that's got a better one, see, we're free here.
We are.
Let us know. But Prosperity Bank, in my opinion, has the best home loan out there. Guys, it's a great loan. So you don't need 20% down. You don't need 10%. And we need to make the millennials understand for every $1,000, the notes only change $8. So if you give me an extra 10, it changes your notes $80.
They better recognize. Now, I can say that NACA is one of my favorites right now, even though the customer service is not great. The loan product is amazing.
And I'm so glad you brought up NACA because I am not a NACA fan.
I know.
Yeah, and I haven't because I will say this, it's worked for some.
Right.
And there's a whole bunch of people it has not worked for. And the customer service, the experience of owning a home should not be a nightmare. It should not be like going to the dealership to buy a car and you just can't wait to get out of there.
I agree.
Yeah, and they should work on that. But it sort of makes me feel a little bit, and I say this, like if you're on welfare, they treat you bad, you're going to get your food stamp. They try to make you feel like you're less than.
That is true. However, I make sure my clients are prepared. So I let them know it's not going to be the best process. However, let me prepare you for what they're going to ask for. So when you go in, you have everything lined up. And I get comments from the NACA counselor saying, oh, all of your clients come in here with everything they need. I was like, I know. You know, it's because they need to go in with expectations, the realistic expectations. Yes, they are going to get bad customer service. Just stay in it because guess what? This is the best loan product that's out here because they don't require a 600 credit score.
Okay.
The credit score is it doesn't matter what your credit score is.
How
You can have
long
a
does it
400.
take you to go through NACA program?
Well, from contract to close or the process
The
from
process.
the process, it depends on the client. If the client has all of their documentation ready to go, schedule an appointment, go to the workshop, all that stuff, you can get in the house in 3 months.
Okay. We're talking with Tamisha and Kamisha with the real chicks, and I almost messed that up. But see, we're a free show here, and if you're sitting in your in traffic at home and you're listening to this show, I let I'm good with it. My thoughts are based on my experience.
Right.
And so, but I wanted you, because you've had good experience, so I wanted you to let people know that you might have an opportunity to do that if you can go through that program. My other sponsor, and I forgot to mention, is American Title with my favorite person, Charlene Clancy. We couldn't do this show without Prosperity Bank, and Charlene Clancy helped sponsoring this show. If you're looking for a title company, give them a call. So we talked about just a second ago that millennials are a huge part of the market in real estate. Are they buying new homes? Are they buying renovated homes? What are you guys finding them doing?
Well, I'm a new construction specialist, so
Okay.
I typically have a lot of clients that buy new homes.
Okay.
But I have a lot of clients that like existing homes. It just depends on that client, what they're looking for, what price point they can afford. Typically, the first-time home buyer is an investment property, is what I tell them. You may not get everything, the bells and whistles the first time, but go into a community in which that is still growing, and then within 5 years, 7 years, you can get the home that you can upgrade to.
So how important is it for them to have an attitude adjustment? Because they come out, and I know you guys experience this
Right.
attitude
All
adjustment.
the time.
How
At the
important it is?
beginning. You need
Okay.
to set that expectation up at the beginning.
Day one.
Okay.
Day
Day
one.
one.
Have that one-on-one consultation. Show them what's in the market. Show them, as long as they have their pre-approval, they should know what they can afford.
Right, right.
And then you show them the expectation at the beginning. So when you go out to the showings, you don't have any problems with, well, I want this instead, or why can't I get the new construction?
Why you can't have separate shower and tub?
Right.
Right.
I want separate shower and tub. My sister got separate shower and
Right.
tub. She paid less for a house than I paid for.
Oh, I
5
get that
years
all
ago.
the time. All the time. Yes. Well, see, my clients, they like both. You know, of course, they try to shoot for a new home, but of course, we have to, put the reality into play, and let them know, hey, well, do you want a pre-existing home, and you get more space, maybe?
Okay.
It depends. It's not, always. But I have several individuals, and they are millennials. My youngest client is 22 years old.
Wow. Okay.
22. She bought her first home. It was in the Blue Ridge area.
Okay.
Not sure if you guys are familiar with the area, but it was a
Sunnyside.
pre-existing home. Yep, Sunnyside area.
A suburb of Sunnyside.
And her home was $126,000.
Okay. How
You know,
big was
it was a 4-bedroom home,
Okay.
2 bath, and it was 1410, I believe, square feet.
How long ago was that?
Less than a year.
Okay. So you can't, are those needles in the haystack still available out there?
They are needles in the haystack, but
Yeah.
they are out there.
All right. Let's talk about what are the first things millennials or people should do in general when they get ready to buy a house. What's the first thing they should do?
Credit.
Right, credit. Make sure they have the right credit score. Make sure they, especially with NACA, if you're looking at the NACA program, you can't have any lates in a 12-month period.
Okay.
So they don't look at the score; they look at what the activity
history.
in the history.
Okay.
If you're looking for down payment assistance or grants, a lot of times it started at a 620. You spoke of a program for 600. Gateway also have a program at 600 with no PMI. However, it just depends on what the client is looking for. If you have your own 401k, your own down payment, why take the higher interest rate? Go ahead and get your own funds and purchase that home today.
Yes.
Okay.
And make sure you are aware of what your debt to income ratio is. If
Absolutely.
you don't know how to calculate it, get with a professional. We know exactly what we're doing so that you can be prepared.
All right. So let me ask you guys a question. How bad is the student loans keeping millennials from buying?
It's getting better, actually.
Okay.
A few years ago, it was a real scare, especially when they had that 1%.
Okay.
Everybody was getting declined. I had lawyers that couldn't buy a $100,000 home because of all the debts that they had.
So has anything changed? Because I hadn't seen any
The loan
rule
products.
changes. The loan products.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
If you go conventional, depending on what lender, what loan product they provide, you can count the payment that they have arranged on
Right.
their credit score, the minimum payment. But if you go FHA, it's 100%, 1% of whatever they owe.
Numbers here again, 281-837-2222. I apologize because I listened to radio talk and said, I'm going to get the numbers out. I forgot about that. 281-837-2222. If you have a question for the Real on Real Estate, the real chicks here on 95.3 Jamz, 953 Jamz. They're here in the studio with us. If you've listened to their show and you like to talk with them on my show, give us a call, 281-837-2222. That's 281-837-2222. We try. I'll make sure that I'll take care of that. 281-837-2222. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with the Real Estate Corner. We're going to continue on talking with them. Let me give the phone numbers out again. 281-837-2222. Also keep in mind, you can pick up the Real Estate Corner. Subscribe to the Real Estate Corner channel on YouTube. So if you miss a show, you can go to the YouTube channel and pick this show up. We have in the studio with us Tamisha Wells and Kamisha Hall. We'll be right back with the Real Estate Corner. Thinking about buying or selling, real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Get survey, put a home on the market, review the net sheets, taxes, advice on financing, homestead exemptions, advice on insurance, what kind of mortgage, inspections, considering offers, negotiations, submitting an offer, how good are the schools, down payment assistance, title insurance, home warranties, closing costs, final walkthrough. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call, Shad Bogany. Welcome back to the Real Estate Corner. I'm your host, Shad Bogany. We're here on KWWJ 1360 and 96.9 every Tuesday from 6:15 to 7:15. I am so glad to be back. Guys, I've been gone for a couple of weeks, and I don't think in 29 years I've never did a best of twice in a row. I've never missed a show twice in a row. But I want to thank you for listening in. I've gotten a lot of calls at the office, so you guys must be loving the best of. So we try to pick our best shows. In the studio with us tonight, we've got Tamisha Wells and Kamisha Hall. They are here. They do their own radio show here in Houston on real estate. I had an opportunity to go and do their show with them, and I said, guys, y'all are a lot of fun. Y'all need to come do my show. We've been talking about some serious topics. We hadn't really been laughing and talking and listening to a little rap music here, and as we do on your show, which you're definitely shaped to the millennials on my end. But these ladies have a wealth of information, and I wanted it to be out there for you. So, guys, how do we go about saving for down payment? Tamisha, Kamisha, tell me what your thoughts on how people should be saving for down payments. Any thoughts on where they can get their money?
Well, there's a company out there, or a nonprofit organization called Covenant Community Capital. Mm-hmm. I suggest my clients go to them, sign up with their program. Not only will you be allowed to match up to $2,000, you'll get education, free education on how to budget, save, things like that. Things that we already teach our clients, but at the same time, what's wrong with double information?
Great.
Take money out of your 401k. Increase your 401k savings. Some people are barely putting 1% when the company may match up to 6%. I think that's a great place to start right there. Out of sight, out of mind. It's coming out of your check before you get it. Save there. Put money in your savings account. Every check you get, maybe save 10%. If this is something you really want, make sure you do it.
Okay.
I do a one-on-one session with my clients where we go through their bank statements.
Yeah.
And we see that you're spending a lot of money on food every month.
Right.
Coffee.
Yes, coffee, food, things, recreational things that you really probably should, cut back. Right?
If you're serious about buying a house.
If you're
Absolutely.
serious about buying a house. So there's money there that you can save. It's just that you need to recognize where it's going.
Okay. Numbers again, 281-837-2222. Give us a call, 281-837-2222. Call us. All our lines are open. We'd love to talk with you. We're here on the Real Estate Corner talking with Tamisha Wells and Kamisha Hall. Did I get that right?
You
I
got
mean,
it
Yes.
right.
all right. You guys got me thinking, you know. So,
Well, it's okay. We get it all the time.
All the
It is,
time.
yeah. It
well,
was-
these guys got a lot of information to give us tonight, and so let's talk a little bit. Let's get into some fun things, and I will want to second the motion on covenant community capital. I've worked with Stephen Fairfield for many years and worked with them a lot. I've done several clients through that program, and they've done this show, and it is a great program. If you're looking for somebody to match your savings, you sign up for it, and it really is a good program, and I'm glad you guys are using it. What are some of the hot areas in Houston?
Manville.
Manville.
Manville is up and booming. They have at least 6 different communities right
Going
now.
up?
Going up.
Okay.
Manville, Rosharon area going straight down 288.
Okay.
You have the Manville Mall going to be up and coming.
Manville's having a mall.
Right.
Manville's having a mall.
It's a city
It's,
center,
it's,
yep.
it's a city center right there on 288 in the Highway 6 area.
Okay.
A little everybody's tired of going in that parallel traffic.
Okay.
You have going towards Rosharon further down. They have 3 or 4 communities in that area.
Okay.
Love Manville, love Richmond.
Okay.
Katie
Come
is
on.
one.
Yeah.
Katie, definitely.
Definitely Katie.
Come in.
Yeah, definitely, Katie. I have to piggyback on this Rosharon. Of course, I'm from Sunnyside, Texas. Okay, so everything along that 288 is really
booming.
blooming. I love Meridiana.
Yeah.
The community is beautiful. Yes, the HOAs is a little expensive, but it's everything
get
there.
everything you pay
You get
for.
everything there. And I hear that the Highway 99 is actually coming to 288. And so all of that is truly, truly growing.
Okay.
Truly growing.
The numbers here again are 281-837-2222, 281-837-2222. Give us a call. All our lines are open. Guys, if you're looking for a great title company, you need to call Shirlene Clancy. Her number is 713-784-0006. You know, with title companies, it's all about service. They all got the same fees. The title policy is all state by the State Texas Department of Insurance. So if you're looking for service, and service is important to you, give Shirlene Clancy a call. Her number is 713-784-0006. She also has a great team. She got Ron, she's got Eric. Guys, she works with you. She'll make it happen for you. She's flexible. Give her a call. Her number is 713-784-0006.
Now, I do want to say something else. So in the communities that's up and growing or up and coming is City Gas. City Gas is a big one right now. It's like one of those hidden gems where, hey, it was a Sunnyside, market, or it is
It
a Sunny,
was.
yeah, or it still is though. There's
There's
several
still
different.
some horses out there.
It is, but at the same time, Ashton Woods,
Right.
they're coming out there soon.
Oh, are they?
They are.
They're building a subdivision there.
They are.
Oh, you know what? I went to the community head out near in Katy, and they did tell me they bought some land
In City Gas.
and City Gas, and they were coming out there.
That area is about to increase.
Right. Well, it's all about getting those hidden gems and finding those areas. I know at one time I talked to your broker, and she was telling me that they had a builder building over at 125. Is that
Yep.
still going on?
Yep, it's still
Project
going on.
21.
Okay. All right.
And it's brand new houses,
brand new houses. How big are they?
4-sided brick. It's they range from 1,300 square feet to 1,600 square feet. 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom homes.
What's
Some
the
have
price range?
2-car garage, some have 1-car garage. I think the smallest one is actually 1,100 square footage.
Okay. So what's the price from 125 to what?
165.
165. Guys,
Brand
I don't
new.
know anywhere you can get that close to the loop for that
Right.
price point. And so, if you're looking for a home in that area,
You can definitely call us.
you can call them. So let's do this. Tell us about your show and where people can listen to it and how they can get in touch with you guys.
So the show is called The Real on Real Estate. We are on every Wednesday from 12 to 2. You can download the TuneIn app. If you have the Waze app, you can also listen to it on there. Or go to 953jamz.com.
Or follow us on Facebook, 953 Jamz with a Z.
All right. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with the Real Estate Corner. My name is Shad Bogny. I'm the host of the Real Estate Corner. Here in the studio with us, we're talking with the real chicks of real estate.
The real on real estate with the real estate chicks.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Man, I am showing my age today.
That's okay.
All right. We'll be right back with the Real Estate Corner. Thinking about buying or selling, real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Get survey, put a home on the market, review the net sheets, taxes, advice on financing, homestead exemptions, advice on insurance, what kind of mortgage, inspections, considering offers, negotiations, submitting an offer, how good are the schools, down payment assistance, title insurance, home warranties, closing costs, final walkthrough. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call, Shad Bogany. We have Tamisha Wells and Kamisha Hall here in the studio with us. Guys, you guys have so much information, and I'm always open to bringing it. The whole key is to educate the public on buying a house. And guys, I would love everybody to buy a house from me, but I know that's just entirely impossible to get done. And so it's good to know that you got the reason you have a smooth transaction, you pick the right people on your team. And so I wanted to bring these ladies in here. They do a great, great job. They know their market. They understand it. It's all about service. As a realtor, we have nothing else to sell but service. And so I'm glad they are here in the studio with us. And so let's go ahead and get it right into what is the average price of a home in Houston?
Research show it's going up to about $289,000.
Okay. So that 125 and 165 over in the city guys looking better and better.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Great.
Okay.
It really just depends on your clientele, your market. You know, every real estate agent is different. You know,
Right.
You have your farming areas and things like that. My price points are all over the place. I do a lot of financial education and also dealing with my aunt. She is a credit restoration specialist, so most of my leads come from her or came from her. Right now I'm on a referral basis, 100%. But because those individuals have those credit issues in the beginning, they also have money issues.
Right.
And so that's why the price point is a little lower, but they still deserve to own a home.
Right.
Absolutely.
So-
Everybody needs to build wealth, and we've been talking about this and talking about this. Home ownership is not about tax savings anymore. It's about building wealth.
Yep.
And that's why I was starting the show off saying we've got to make owning a home cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and so if you listening to me and you'll rap out there, write a cool song about owning home ownership.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
Paul
know,
Wall.
yeah, go ahead. Do that because it's all about making, and that's what we've got to do. The media, politicians, everybody's got to talk about home
I
ownership.
have a couple of
Slim
people
Thug
that
does
are
it.
trying to bring awareness. Nipsey, unfortunately, he was one of them. Now a lot of people are coming behind him and saying bring home ownership as being cool.
Or build a block.
Build a block.
Or own a block
build
or
back in
something.
your communities. Because as you know, we've been mentioning Sunnyside a lot, but we are not buying in our own communities. We're
Right.
going out to the suburbs, out to the Fresnos, to the Rosharons, and other people are coming into our communities because it's closer to the medical center. It is an investment, and sometimes we don't see that.
No, we don't. I will tell you when you look at people of African American and you talk about moving close in, I don't want to live over there.
Right. That is the
Y'all all have heard
that
that.
is the
Yeah.
first thing that comes to
I don't want
mind.
to pay $160,000 for this.
Yeah, no.
But you're going to pay $250,000 for somebody else's neighborhood.
Right. Right. So I hear you. How does schools and crime affect home values?
It affects it tremendously. The higher the crime rate is, more risk. No one wants to buy in a neighborhood where they feel like the kids can't play outside.
Right. Well, I will tell you, the other day I was have a client who just sold their house in Clear Lake. They were moving in. They wanted to get a little bit closer in. Wife went and found a nice house that fit her needs, and then she went to the elementary school, and she said they had bars and stuff on the elementary school, and she said, no, I can't send my
That's
kid
unfortunate.
to that sort of environment. And so you got to have rooftops, and that's why it's important, the Acres Home, the city gases, third wards, Independent Heights, all of those areas come back because it's all about location.
Yeah.
And I'm older than you guys, and I can tell you, I can remember you did not want to be in the Heights after dark in the 70s. After dark, Heights
I heard that.
you just not where you want to be.
Right.
Okay, you didn't go through there after dark because it was dangerous. And Nance, one of the hottest areas, most expensive per square foot here in the city of Houston. And so, let's talk a little bit. Let's do one of your side things that you do of giving back to the community. Let's talk about the Women's Council. And the Realtors have a Women's Council, but so does the Houston Black Real Estate Association has a Women's Council affiliation. Tell us what you guys are doing.
Well, this lady here, Miss Kemisha Hall, she is the first vice president of local Women's Council of HBREA and soon to be president in December.
Yes, in January.
January.
I'll be installed.
Well, you got some big shoes to follow.
I do. Although I've been on that committee, I've been a part of it for a while before she became president. I actually would join when Cretia was the president.
Okay.
So I've been around for a while. It is definitely a passion of mine, giving back to the youth, stopping the credit problems at the youth age before they get
Catching
to
the fish upstream.
Catching them. We have to. Letting them understand credit stability, home ownership, the building, and then they are actually the ones going home and telling mom, hey, mom, you need to buy a house. Hey, mom, how can we save? And so that's the part that I love the most about it, being able to go to the low to moderate income schools because they're not being taught credit cards in the schools or how to write a check even. Unfortunately, in those neighborhoods, we don't have the great PTOs, right? Or the stay-at-home moms where they can take extra time with their kids. And so with the Women Council, we go out to the communities. We go to these schools. We taught over 600 students last year when I was the education chair to make sure they understood the importance between need versus wants.
Right. And we also go into the juvenile detention centers and teach those individuals as well.
And mentor them when they come out.
All right.
So,
see, we're giving back to the community. They just don't sell houses. They do everything to help improve the community because it is a village. It is a complete community.
Right.
And we've got everybody who can afford to buy a house should be able to do it if they want to. And it may not be a single family. It may be a condo. It may be a duplex. It may be a townhouse. But you deserve an opportunity to build wealth.
Absolutely.
And that's what we are missing in our community is wealth building. It's just none there. And so I can share this with you. I bought my first house when I was 18.
Hey.
And when I sold that house, I used that equity to open up Bargaining Properties back in the day.
Nice.
That's how I opened my company up, by buying my first house. And so it moves it around. And guys, I will tell you, it is a pleasure to have you guys here, but we need to do a station break and we'll be right back. Thinking about buying or selling, real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Get survey, put a home on the market, review the net sheets, taxes, advice on financing, homestead exemptions, advice on insurance, what kind of mortgage, inspections, considering offers, negotiations, submitting an offer, how good are the schools, down payment assistance, title insurance, home warranties, closing costs, final walkthrough. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call, Shad Bargaining. Welcome back to the Real Estate Corner. I'm your host, Shad Bogany. You're listening to the Real Estate Corner tonight. We're the longest running show on real estate in this city, in the state of Texas, I've been told, in the country. We're in our 29th year doing this show.
That is amazing.
And so it has been a long time doing it. I've done a whole bunch of shows on this here on the Real Estate Corner. We've had from President Obama, then candidate Obama on this show.
Wow.
We've had Mr. Smith, who was the economist. We've had everybody on this show. If you've not been on the Real Estate Corner show, then maybe it's not about you. Maybe it's just not, you know. And so if you want to be on our show, you've got a topic, you need to call me and let me know what you got going on. Guys, let's talk a little bit about the company that you work for and your broker. I know she's very active in the community.
She is.
Yeah, and so, and I can see a lot of her in both of you guys, knowing how she does things. So tell us what company you work for, your phone numbers, how people can get in touch with you. Let's hit the radio show before we go back into some serious questions.
Great. Well, we're with TAS Realty Group, and that stands for Tenacious, Aggressive, Successful. And that's everything that my broker stands for. Letitia Grant, I've been under her umbrella for 3 years now.
Okay.
After leaving Exit Realty 360, my first godmother of real estate, Cooksey, Andrea Cooksey. And my name is Kamisha Hall. I'm everywhere. Like you said, you see me around. I'm on Facebook, social media, Women Council, HBR, yeah, you name it, that's me.
And they should follow you guys on Facebook.
Definitely. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat even.
All right.
Now, I'm definitely not on Snapchat.
What is that?
Right.
Well, I am Tamisha Wells, and yes, I am with TAS Realty Group under Letitia Grant, and she is the individual who actually introduced me to NARAB, and that is one thing that has changed my life and increased it and helped me increase my service to my clients. And I am the first vice president of YRD, which is Young Realtist Division of National Association of Real Estate Brokers, and our mission is mainly to get into the communities and educate individuals about our field. Real estate is a trade, and it's something that, you know, a lot of people aren't just really educated about. And so this is what we're trying to do, you know, educate them on how they can actually get into the real estate field and help it grow.
Well, and one of the things people, and you guys have both been here 3, 4, 5, 6 years in this business, and I've been around probably 4 or 5 times longer. But one of the things, people don't realize how hard this business is.
Right.
It is not as easy. And we sometimes make it look easy, so then they think they can do it.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
All
Chad,
right.
this is easy. You know, and they don't really understand all that goes along with it on the back side of it. And, you know, it's encouraging that you guys are doing the radio show. I'm happy that you're doing it. And I hope that it helps you as it helped me in my career in real estate. And it's about, I learned a long time ago, it's about educating the public, educating people that look like me about home ownership. I'm a little disappointed that we've slid in home ownership, and that's why I say we've got to make it cool.
Yeah.
We've got to turn around and make owning a home cool, and owning and living in an apartment not cool,
Right.
and paying for somebody else's kids to go to Europe and college. We need to change that up and make it cool. The other thing that we need to do is make cool is having a will.
Right.
Everybody, all y'all that listen to me, I don't care if you're 20 years old, 22, you're 40, you're 50, you're 75. If you're listening to me and you hadn't done your will, whether it's writing it on a paper towel and having somebody sign it and putting it away, you need to put your wishes out there, because that hurts our home ownership also.
Absolutely.
And all of you guys have heard people who had, well, we got land in the country.
Right.
It was left over and over, but you can't do nothing with it
Right.
Right.
because there's no succession of home ownership, no ownership in it. Because, well, when Big Mama died, no, we just continue on, and you got 10, 12 brothers and sisters, and you can't do anything with
But nowadays, just having a will isn't good enough.
it. Okay.
It's not. You need to have a revocable living trust.
Okay. See, she's taking it to another level. I'm
Right.
trying to be simple. Just get a will.
do something.
Just get something in that
something in writing it.
process.
Right.
Because it's still going to have to go through probate court.
Right.
Exactly.
And the courts are going to have to make the decision, or they are the main person who's going to make the decision. You want to be the person that make the decision. So get a revocable livable trust. And if you need additional information, call us.
Definitely.
We'll help you.
I mean, I've had several files with probate issues. It's not
Yep.
fun. It's
It's
not
not.
fun to be at the closing table and a child from an ex-spouse come in and say they want 30% of money that you are supposed to take home.
Right, right. It is a problem.
It definitely
and,
is.
And in our, and I say in our community, but in world as it is today, people get remarried.
Right.
People have kids from other,
it's reality.
have past kids.
Exactly.
It's all relevant, and and it's not just my community; it's everybody's
Right.
community. That's why the will, the irrevocable trust, is important, and we're just here to kind of pass that on. So, guys, we've got a few minutes left in the show. Did I miss anything? Anything that you want to tell my listening audience and TV, other than listening to you guys on Wednesday? Is there anything else you want
Yes.
to tell them?
Well, this young lady here, she is one of the TRLP, is it 2019 individuals?
2019.
Yes, I'm so proud of her.
Well, I'm proud of you,
Thank you.
TLRP. I went.
You came in.
Yeah, I came in and spoke with you guys, and I will tell you, this is the leadership group with the Houston Association of Realtors, Texas Association of Realtors, and it's a great group. It's a way, if you're listening and you're a realtor out there, you want to get more involved, it gets you more involved.
Yes.
It helps you understand what's going on in the market. It helps you understand what's going on in the industry, because there are lots of changes coming down the pipeline. I sit in meetings all the time, and I sit there, scratch my head, and like, wow, these things are changing in our industry. And I will tell you, it teaches you leadership.
Definitely.
And one thing that I've said here over and over again, guys, that leadership is not for cowards.
It's not.
If you can't stand and be willing to go against the grain when it's the right thing to do, and if you're somebody that just goes with the flow, you're not a good leader. And this class teaches you how to handle, because it's important. I've been in a room with 300 people that were against everything that I wanted to do. I've been in a room with 40 people and who didn't agree with what I thought. And if the thing that you thought is the right thing to do,
Stand tall in
you
it.
stand tall in it, and they'll thank you later.
Absolutely.
Thank you later. So it's important.
I also want to give a recognition to HBREA, who is really influence in our lives as well.
Absolutely.
I want to thank them for actually recognizing me as one of the top 20 African American real estate agents
Well,
for
congratulations.
2018 as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that tells me you're doing
Some real
quite a
estate.
bit. You're doing some real estate. You're not doing these onesies every 3 or 4
Right.
months.
Because they say the average agent only closing 7 deals, so you're definitely doing more than the average.
Yeah, right.
So kudos to you.
And go ahead.
TRLP, just to piggyback off of that, our legacy this year is to be someone foundation. So we have a fundraiser where we're giving back to not only individuals but also 501(c)(3)s that are giving money out to youth. So
Okay.
Be Someone Foundation that starts in October. Please be on the lookout for that one.
Okay. Well, you can follow these ladies on Facebook, guys. And so, what's your where on Facebook?
So my name is a little difficult. I go by Key. It's so easy. The kids are called Key for your real estate needs. I know you're going to remember that. But it's Kemisha, Kemesha. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. You name it, I'm there. 832-907-2247. I would love to help you.
yes, and I'm on Facebook and Instagram. You can also find me on LinkedIn, Tamisha Wells, TAMESHA Wells, WELLS. And my phone number is 713-825-9139.
Well, you know, one of the things about being a leader is finding new leadership,
Right.
new people to bring along, and you guys are definitely doing it. And my hat's off to you. Have we missed anything? If you had anything to say to our listening audience and our TV audience, is it anything that we missed? How important it is to take these classes, whether you're doing down payment assistance or
Education is
not.
key. I think that's why the market crashed in 2008. I was a loan officer in 2005 through 8, so I was there when the market crashed. And if you're not knowledgeable, you won't succeed in this market right now. You can buy a house, you can get the down payment assistance a year later. If you don't know what homestead exemption is, if your realtor didn't tell you to file, you won't understand about your taxes.
Right.
So definitely it's key to take these classes so you'll know this is your largest investment. You'll know exactly what to do with it.
And I'll definitely say reach one, teach one.
Yeah.
Definitely don't climb the ladders. Don't do things by yourself. You know, there's no I in team. You know, help others. If you bought your house, help somebody else or help them get the education they need to buy their house. Okay? So yeah.
The numbers here again are 281-837-2222. We've got them. I'm scared of y'all. 281-837-2222. It's very few people in this business scare me, but y'all scare me.
Oh,
And so and that's a compliment.
it definitely
Yeah,
is
it's a
coming from
compliment.
29 years of experience.
I know. Well, thank
no
you.
one scares me. I'm going to be here. But you guys are where we need the business to go, the level of service that we need to give, because our people deserve that type of service. They deserve people who are looking out for their best interests. And I tell people all the time, it's really not about the money, because if I do a good job for you, the money will flow all day long.
And that's the reason why you're still in this business. Those that come in this business about the money are not in the business later.
Right. No, they're not.
They're not.
No, I can name a whole bunch of them. You've been listening to the Real Estate Corner. If you've been driving home, sitting in traffic, guys, if you bought my Winburn property, you'd be home by now. 3206 Winburn. No one can sell you a property 3 blocks from the rail for $169.
Wow.
And it needs a little updating, but it has the main central air and heat. It has brand new windows all the way around. And windows are the key to energy efficiency. I don't care what anybody, I don't care how high your AC is. If your windows ain't up to date, you're going to have some issues.
I have a hot one coming on the market. Can I tell them?
Yeah, please,
It's,
please.
it's brand new construction
Go
in
ahead.
Sunnyside, 5503 Heron Drive. It's not even on the market yet. Just went through framing and being on the market in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And if you want more information, this is Kamisha. Feel free to reach out to me.
And what's your number, Kamisha?
832-907-2247. That home will be on the market for $189,000.
Okay.
Brand new home.
In Sunnyside.
In Sunnyside.
And Tamisha, I know you got something out there.
I do. I wanted to tell you guys about it. It's 4810 Colmore Street. It's in McGregor Place District. It's very close to, it's actually in third ward. Okay, guys, it's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. Very traditional vintage home. And it's 1,466 square feet. It's on the market for $174.
Oh, wow, that's a good price. It's a good price, very close in. So, guys, on my show, you can get these sort of deals because when you turn around, they're gone. Remember the house I shared with you in Clear Lake? Already gone.
Wow.
You know, so we're going to
As you lose
continue.
in this business.
Yeah, you've got to get out there, and these ladies will tell you if you see what you like and it calls your name, you need to jump on it because by the time you come back,
It's gone.
it's gone. It's gone. That's the type of market that we have out there. So we've got a few more minutes into the show, and I say that we got 1 minute. I'm going to let you guys take us home.
Well, this is the Houston market. So if you need us, we are here. It is a great market to retire in. It is a great market to do whatever, invest whatever you want. We're here.
Definitely. If you're looking for someone to help you hold your hand through the process, look at your budget, start saving, understanding your credit, we are definitely here for you. We do know that this is not easy, but well worth it at the end.
All righty. We've been talking with the real chicks of Real on Real Estate Show, and they've been here in the studio with us. My name is Shad Bogany. I'm the team leader of the Shad Bogany team with Better Homes and Gardens, Gary Green. And if you're looking to buy or sell, you should not make a decision without at least talking to me. And you'll find out why I've been around all these years and helping and knowing. There's not a lot that I don't know, and if I don't know it, because it's hard to know everything,
Right.
I know who to call to get the right answer.
You have
See you next week on the Real Estate Corner, and thank you guys for being
Thank
here.
you.
The Real Chicks.
So it's the Real Estate Chicks on the Real on Real Estate every Wednesday from 12 to 2 on 95.3 Jamz.
Thank you very much. We're going to close out there. See you guys next week on the Real Estate Corner. Thinking about buying or selling, real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Get survey, put a home on the market, review the net sheets, taxes, advice on financing, homestead exemptions, advice on insurance, what kind of mortgage, inspections, considering offers, negotiations, submitting an offer, how good are the schools, down payment assistance, title insurance, home warranties, closing costs, final walkthrough. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call, Shad Bogany.